Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my podcast, Live Your Best Life Every Day. My name is Stefan Dajo, and today's topic is going to be about stereotypes. Brace yourself, and let's dive in. Have you ever been stereotyped? Or perhaps I should ask, have you ever stereotyped anyone? Did you know that many people in society these days are suffering from damages caused by being stereotyped at some point in their lives? The amount of limitations within stereotypical environments are groundbreaking and honestly alarming. There is a huge percentage of dysfunctional behaviors in individuals that are caused by negative stereotypes. They are the main reasons why people struggle finding themselves, as well as finding their ways in society. Being expected to behave a certain way or act somehow based on where you come from, what you look like, what you believe in, or even your gender, rather than who you are, is an awful experience. And whoever has been through that can testify of that. But unfortunately, that's the reality of so many people these days. And I'm not just talking about the people who are being stereotyped. I'm talking about us who stereotype as well. Because here's the moral of the story. You end up doing what was done to you at some point. That is human nature. When you grow in a certain environment and something is being done to you, even though you didn't like it, that was actually what you were learning. You start doing that to other people because that is what you were taught. But then you have to get to a point whereby you start unlearning those habits. Because you know better now. You can do better now. And let me tell you why. People who've been stereotyped quite often throughout their lives end up becoming aggressive, defensive. They face issues such as not being able to express themselves or communicate properly. That's based on all the stereotypes that were projected on them. And get this, not everyone has the mental ability, or should I say the intellectual ability or capacity to take themselves out of that state of not being affected by a certain stereotype. Not everyone has that. So we have to be aware of that. We need to do better. We need to know better, and we need to act better. Not just for our own sake, but for the sake of our society. For the sake of the environment in which we are living and evolving in. So many things are happening these days, and we are asking ourselves, why is this happening? Why is this person behaving this way? Why is this person behaving that way? Little do you know, you never got to know the person. What you did was, instead of getting to know the person as per who they are, you decided to associate them to a certain stereotype. So therefore, you never actually knew them for who they were. You only know them based on the stereotype to which you attach them, or better yet, the one you projected on them. This is a big loss for society, guys. This is a big loss. Not just at an educational or intellectual level, but even at a corporate one. How many people these days are going to interviews, for example, and are being denied jobs just based on a certain type of stereotype? Just based on what they look like, based on their gender, based on their race, you name it. There are so many types of stereotype. And therefore, so many companies out there are losing out on talent because of stereotypes. Society is losing a lot because of stereotypes. So, whoever is being stereotyped is being marginalized, and whoever is stereotyping is actually shooting himself in the foot, if I can put it that way. It is true that often we try to understand or study people, consciously or not. And when we fail to effectively do so, it is easier for us to base our opinion or analysis of who they are on stereotype. Whether it makes sense or no, at the end of the day, we rationalize it, and we entrench our thought process into belief that that's who they are. That's human nature. When we can't comprehend what that's human nature. When we can't comprehend or understand something, we try to pin it or attach it to the most familiar thing instead of trying to dig a little bit further. How about instead of assigning someone to a certain stereotype, you actually ask them what you need to know, what you want to know about them? How about you get to know them instead of throwing a stereotype on them? How about that? Our inability to comprehend or understand certain people is a reason why it's so common these days to think about which stereotype we should project on someone first before even taking the time to get to know them. This occurs literally in every aspect of our lives and can lead to social frustration or even alienation. This is really recurrent, and look around you. This is really alarming. Look around you. Just look around you. In a day, how many people have you stereotyped? How many people did you act towards a certain kind of way based on a stereotype? How many people do you talk to based on a stereotype? How many people do you approach a certain kind of way based on a stereotype? I'm sorry to say this, but we are all guilty of that at some point in our lives. But we need to know better. We need to start doing better because we can. We can. And for everyone out there who is suffering from being stereotyped, let me tell you something. You don't get to take that image that's been projected over you as an identity. No. You don't have to. You know who you are at the end of the day, despite the stereotype that they're trying to project on you. You know who you are. And when it's time to choose, when it's time to act, when it's time to stand, you have to choose between either embracing that stereotype or staying true to who you are. It is not an easy process. But the reality is, people stereotyping other people is not going to end soon. Quite the opposite. It is becoming quite a paradigm out there. Many people these days lack a certain amount of knowledge. And due to the knowledge, due to the information that they lack, they tend to rely a lot on stereotypes. Now, you can't go around fighting everyone on the street or at work or this or that, or at school. No, you can't go around fighting people. What you can do is, you can grow thick skin. Do you get that? Grow thick skin. Get to know yourself. Build yourself. Work on yourself. Grow confident. Be assertive whenever you express yourself or your opinions or your views or even your beliefs. Be assertive in your approach to life. Stand firm. Because you know who you are. It is not about the identity that they are trying to project on you. It's not about the box they're trying to put you in. It's about who you are, and it's about you knowing who you are. So therefore, keep your head high. Keep moving forward. It's painful, I know, to be stereotyped. It's annoying. It can be even limiting sometimes. It hurts when you are being told no because of your skin color. It hurts when you are being told no because of your gender. It hurts when you are being treated unfairly because of your background. It hurts when you are being treated a certain kind of way because of your race. It hurts when you are being treated in a certain kind of way because of your religion. It hurts when you are being treated. It hurts when you are being treated a certain kind of way because of your orientation. Believe me, at the end of the day, discrimination is one of the main types of stereotyping. People don't realize how destructive it can be to stereotype others. They don't realize how destructive it can be for someone to be stereotyped. Due to being stereotyped, there are many people out there who are walking and living a life from the perspective of being a victim. No, you are not a victim. Yes, you were stereotyped. Yes, you were done this and you were done that based on who you are or what you look like or your gender or what you believe in and so on. But that's not the end of the world. It is not. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't change who you are. You know who you are. Therefore, you don't budge. You stay true to yourself and you keep on going. At the end of the day, you're going to have opponents in whatever you try to achieve in life. And opposition comes in many shape and form. It may come as a stereotype. It may come as somebody trying to discriminate you or treat you unfairly or poorly. It may come as so many things. But it is yours to know that you shall remain unbothered by that. Doesn't matter what happens, you stay true to yourself. You keep getting out there. You keep showing up for yourself. You keep showing off. And that's it. You don't let that stop you. You don't let that stop you. That is the good news I've come to tell you today. Being stereotyped is not the end of the world. And if you've been stereotyping other people, you should know better now. Because it has a boomerang effect. And believe me, what goes around surely comes back around. That is a fact. And on that note, I'm going to end today's episode. What is your opinion on stereotypes? What do you think are the damages that it's causing in our society? What do you think are the damages it is causing in our families, in our interaction with other people, in our workplaces, in our companies, in our countries? You name it. Is there more negative or positive to it? Think about it. And let me know. I'm more than happy to discuss about any of the topics mentioned in my podcast with anyone out there. At the end of the day, it's not about who is right or who is wrong. It's about sharing insight. It's about understanding each other's point of views and perspective. Because many people are suffering in silence out there. Let's educate people. Let's bring awareness to what people are doing. Because it has become such a cancer. It has become such a cancer in our societies. And I believe there's something we can do about it. Where there's a will, there is a way, like they say. Now that's up to you. My name is Ifandajo, and I hope you've enjoyed today's podcast. Feel free to share this with whoever you think needs to hear this. And I believe the list is long. So you better start now. Have a great day.